Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Candid with Candy. My name is Candy, your host for the show, and I'm so excited to be here. And I hope that you enjoy the show as much as I enjoyed making it. Today is a very special day for me for obvious reasons. It's my first episode, and I'm actually bursting with excitement. And it's something I'm doing for the first time on my own, and I'm just happy. I'm elated. I'm starting the show with a very special guest, a lady, a brave heart, a fighter, and someone that I've known for a pretty long time. She is a digital marketing expert by profession and a human activist by heart. Like many activists, she's pioneered a South Asian nation, and this is an online community targeted to raise awareness about issues specific to the South Asian community. And South Asian nation also mediates help between victims of domestic violence, human trafficking, etc., to organizations and or NGOs that can offer help. Um, she will be talking about her life here in the US, how it began, and the struggles that she had to go through. Um, so, without wasting much time, let's find out more from the lady herself. Presenting Divya all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Hi, Divya.
Hi, Candy. So good
How are
to see
you?
you.
Wow. So, finally, we're going to do this.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being my first guest at Candid with Candy. I feel absolutely honored to have you, and I'm so thrilled and excited, and I know you are as well. So, thank you for being a part of this journey with me. And you're my first, so you're going to be my lucky charm.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yes, so am I. So, with that, we'll jump right in. So, Divya, you and I have known each other for over a decade now.
Yeah.
And I had trained you, and then we became really good friends. And then in between, we kind of lost touch for a couple of years, and then we got back in touch. And I'm so happy that I have a friend like you. And why I wanted to have you on this show today was because of the extraordinary person that you are, and and the wonderful story that you have, um, specifically after you moved to the United States, and what it has helped you in becoming the person that you are right now. I think um, Divya 2.0 kind of accelerated from the time you came to the US. So that's the story that I'm really interested in. If you could just quickly introduce yourself, and then we'll jump right in.
Thank you so much, Candy. I am honored to be the first guest at your show, and I'm so excited for you and happy for you to start this journey. And I think this is your calling, to be very honest. So, okay, about me. Well, I'm Divya, and since I've known you for so many years, you've been my trainer, you've been my friend, you've been my guardian angel, you've been everything. You've inspired me so much because of your story and how you grew in life, made me so grounded. So every time and again, I keep visiting your story to keep myself grounded. So I'm excited and looking forward to our journey together. But
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so
about me,
much.
okay, so I moved to America after I got married. So I came here in September 2017.
Mhm.
So many plans, so many dreams and goals and aspirations, and unforeseen future, because my life back in India was good, no complaints, but um, this transition had to happen. So when I moved to America, um, it was very dramatic. So new land, new environment, the country, the people, the new family. So you have plans when you're going to a new family. How is it going to be for you?
Right.
So uh, but life is life, and it
It doesn't
changes.
always go as planned.
Yeah, yeah, especially for me. And I think I don't believe in plans anymore, because whatever happened in my past, everything was unplanned. So I fell sick within the first month of being here, and it was some sort of allergy to a pill that I took for a headache, and that created havoc in my body, and I developed hundreds of blisters on my legs. So all
One pill, was that just one
one,
pill?
yes, it was just one pill, and I I don't know, it reacted me. The reaction was really bad, that I was taken to the ER, and there were seven doctors checking my legs. What's happening? What is it? They could not find out. And then the whole story of going through the doctor, the dermatology, hospitals, the rheumatologist, and all of that started. And to be very honest, I thought I was going to die, because you don't know what's going on. What did you catch? And then
Could
they
you
were,
walk? Could you, no.
no, I could not walk. So basically, I was bedridden for another 6 months. And Chicago is cold. It
Right.
snows here. So you are supposed to wear boots, and I could not, because of my blisters. It would bleed. They were like a size of a coin, so they were huge blisters, and I still have the scarring. So going to the doctors were in my slippers, and couldn't walk. I was steroids, high doses of steroids, so I gained weight. I gained weight within 1 week. Like, I blew up because of steroids, and because of that, my life, my mindset, my confidence. Because you've known me, I've
Trump.
always been very confident.
Right.
So it was just downhill. Everything went downhill, and I lost all my hopes. I thought I was gonna die. What's gonna happen to my parents? Are they ever going to see me? Or, because so many thoughts, the depression again hit, and the anxiety, and especially when you want to start your relationship with your husband, it's not happening, because you are like an ugly person, you know.
Right. Right.
So you feel ugly more than your appearance. You feel ugly, you feel beaten. So that's why the whole, I think, for the for the most part, I was down and depressed.
So I'll
um
just quickly delve into that. So two things really stand out for me here. One was, when you say you feel ugly, you feel depressed, you feel lonely. So these were the kind of feelings that were going in your head all the time, right?
yeah,
And the second piece is, the weight gain.
yeah,
um, I think when we spoke about it briefly before our meeting, you said that you had gained close to 30 kilograms.
yeah.
uh, can't even imagine, right? And the feeling that, oh my god, am I going to die, and am I ever going to see my parents again? So how did you get through all of that, right? I think that is something that I'm sure my viewers are too. If you could just let us know a little bit about that side of the story. So after this whole dark period, what led to your recovery?
So couple of months later, i I was just sitting in my room, lonely, alone. There were people calling me, to check on me, and I'm still thankful to them. But I had a moment to sit back and reflect on myself, my life, my past, my family, because I've never had a very good relationship with my father. Um, but the good thing that happened in my when I was suffering, uh, my relationship with my father improved. He would call me, and we would talk, and he would make me laugh, and I would cry. And when you have this, when you have your parents and you don't have a good relationship, and I'm pretty sure people can relate to it. um, my generation as compared to his generation, the clash of ego and everything you may call it, um, that improved, that changed for the better. So when one thing was taken care of, I started having these small hopes. um, and when you're going through this dark period of life, you have nothing to lose, so you always get to see some ray of hope you
If
know
you've hit rock bottom, the only way is to go back up,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. So I was sort of, even though I was in pain, I couldn't sleep for nights. I was thankful, I was grateful, and I also learned the art of gratitude. So when you're suffering is the only way you see yourself rising in life. It's hard to explain, but it's only for the people who have suffered some loss in life. They can relate to this. So when I was recovering from my
Yeah, sorry.
that's okay. We can keep going.
Yeah.
So when I was recovering, I took a decision to take hold of my life, change my lifestyle, change myself mentally, physically, emotionally,
Mhm.
and also wanted to be financially independent, because you're in a new country, you don't have a job, when you have to pay bills, and my medical bills were piling up.
Right.
So yeah, so I wanted to get back into a normalcy. So I remember in 2018 in March, I wore shoes for the first time, and I bursted into tears. Into like that was
Oh,
the
I
day when I
you never
decided.
you never knew that wearing shoes, something as basic and something that we take for granted, can give you so much joy.
Yeah,
Right.
my skin was so thin, even a bed sheet would give a scar and it would bleed. So even though I was in so much pain, I was so happy and excited for my future. I could dream, I could create plans for myself now. And so I could go out. I haven't seen the city, so it was very exciting. And I my mindset was just to be out there, be very positive. And I was getting out of my depression period, and started working out. I started applying for jobs. I got denied and ignored by people, and they were about more than 100 jobs who sent me, we're sorry, we have a better applicant than you, so good luck for your future. And that those disappointments and denials gave me more motivation to keep pushing. And I worked in retail for $10 an hour. um, and I would walk at night in snow.
And just to give perspective, right? You were doing a PR kind of a job in India,
Yeah.
and hence, when you say $10 an hour in retail, it's not because retail is bad. It's
No.
just the shift and the difference in what you were doing in your past life in your own
Mhm,
country
mhm.
versus what you had to do here, even though you had absolutely no background in retail,
Yeah.
because that was the most basic level job that you could afford.
Yeah.
And like you said, you had medical bills piling up, right? So that's what I'm hearing right now, and I think that's absolutely remarkable. For somebody to you we always put ourselves at a certain pedestal, right? After, let's say, I think you were working for 10 plus years in India, and
Yeah.
you kind of achieved a certain status, and then when you have to go to a foreign country and then start all over from scratch, it
Hmm.
takes guts, it takes courage. Not
Yeah.
everybody can do that. Not everybody can do that. And I think, while you make it sound like so easy, oh, you know what, I was doing a job for $10 an hour. It's not even about the money, right? It's
Yeah.
just about, oh my god, I had a team of 10 people back in India and I was the boss, and now suddenly I've just been dropped, right at the bottom. So I think uh, hats off to you for that.
Oh, thank you, Candy. I think I never realized because I was so busy with making myself better and trying to push myself to be better. I never really realized where I've come from and where I have to go. So that's why, and again, people like you who've inspired me so much that I always stay grounded. I would never, there is no job is a wrong job.
I hear you. And yeah, it takes doing, it takes courage. And it also affects your ego,
Mm-hmm.
you know and for somebody to do that, I think it's fantastic. So good job.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
So great. I mean, so far the story has been really interesting, and I also know that in 2019 you started an online community, South Asian Nation,
Yes.
and I'm sure whatever experiences you've spoken about so far was also one of the biggest reasons for you to kind of come up with that idea in itself. So if we can spend the next 5 minutes talking about South Asian Nation, what is the online community about, the why, the how, the who, and why should people follow you? Because eventually this is also a platform for me to help others know what you're doing, and you're doing a fantastic job there as well. So if you could talk a little bit about that, that would be great.
Of course. I mean, South Asian Nation is my baby. We used to be called South Asian Tribe, but we wanted to be more inclusive. So we swapped the words from South Asian Tribe to South Asian Nation. We started in 2019. The only reason why I wanted to start something like that because there are so many issues in our community, and coming from India to the Western world, and people have been living here for so long. The first generation, Desi Americans, and second generation, and they don't know what goes on at the ground level. They don't know that they are being a part of patriarchy and misogyny. So this platform started to educate people to go deeper into our system, the taboos, the stigma with for women rights, women's health, men's mental health overall, LGBTQ rights, all of that, even more like issues like child trafficking and underage marriages, dowry, rapes, and so many things. So these are the issues that we wanted to highlight, talk about them, raise awareness, help the organizations reach a bigger audience, and get help, help individuals. If there was, for example, I'll give you one example. There was a girl, she reached out to me. Her father was abusive towards herself and her mother. She needed help and she could not call the police, so she reached out to our page. I took care of it. I reached out to the regional NGOs and they helped the family. So this is the kind of work we are doing, and the future is going to be just as amazing as the page.
Wow. um so that is very interesting, and I obviously didn't know about it. So what I'm hearing you say is South Asian Nation, you obviously started it off as an awareness driving community, especially of our culture, of the South Asian culture. And now what you're ending up doing is actually helping people out
Yeah.
if they need personal help.
Hmm.
And I'm also interested to know about your team, right? I'm sure this is not something that you're doing on your own, right? So do you have like a group of people who are doing this together? So how does it work?
Well, I couldn't have done it alone. So we have a team. We started with 4 girls. We wanted to create an all-women team. So um, one is me because I am the best of both worlds, India and America. And there was another girl. She was from Pakistan. So it was very important to have someone from, every ethnicity, every background, so that we can share more content, more issues, more areas that, as a society we need to work on. So she's from Pakistan, and she would share stories from her community. And then there's another girl. She lives in UK, but she's South Indian. So also wanted to highlight issues in South Indian communities. There's so many languages. I don't know all those languages at all. So I wanted someone who could represent.
Yeah.
Then I want someone from healthcare background. So there's a girl. She's actually she's pursuing her PhD, and she lives in Zambia in Africa. She's also African Indian descent, and she shares content on women's health, men's health, mental health, overall health, even sex education. So and then there's another girl. She's a med student in South Africa, and since South Africa has a huge South Asian community, she shares content from South African background. And also there's another girl. She's from Caribbean, so she shares content from Indo-Caribbean. So a lot is going on. I stopped counting how many issues we've covered so far within 1 year, more than 1 year, but we do have big plans.
Fantastic. And an all women team, right?
Yeah.
That's what I heard you say. Yay.
Of course, it had to.
So, 0 followers to 30,000 now. Is that the count?
Yeah, it's 33 plus thousand.
Wow. So the next time we meet on this show, hopefully you'll come back. I'm sure you would have crossed 1 million followers, right?
Oh, I will leave my 9 to 5 job.
Yeah. I like that idea.
Yeah.
So what platforms are you using for this? You are on Twitter, you are on Instagram, and you're on Facebook, right?
We're on Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is very high maintenance, so I haven't stepped into it, but I'm looking for someone who would on a volunteer basis. If any of your viewers are interested, please get in touch. I would love to talk to you.
Yeah. The links will be in the description below. Anybody who's interested can definitely get in touch with Divya. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I wish you the very best with South Asian nation. Sorry about that. And also, your professional life. Like you said, I know that you started off in retail, and today you're doing a very different kind of a role or a profile. I think you are in marketing now, right? Digital marketing.
Yeah.
You graduated from that to that, so that's fantastic. And I'm sure you not only learned along the way, but you would have done certifications and really upskilled yourself. And I think there's so much to learn from you for that, because a lot of us just talk about it, not many people do it. So hats off again to you for that.
Thanks, Candy. I really appreciate that.
If you could just spend the next 2 minutes on your mantra or your punchline or what drives you.
Yeah, absolutely. For everyone who's watching, every age group, I think what I want to say is there is no age to start something new. You have to be fearless, and you won't always have a plan. But if you have a thought, you have to go with that thought. Once you start going with your thought, there will be people who will help you in this process. You do not have to rely on your family, friends. A stranger can help you too. So, as far as you're helping yourself, you will have plethora of things to do, and you don't always have to think about money, because money comes when you start earning people. So it's the people who will help you in earning that money, the fame, and everything else that you dreamt of in your life. So just be fearless and go for it.
Go for it.
Absolutely. Go for it.
Be fearless. Go for it. Right? Wow. Thank you so much, Divya. It was lovely to have you. And I want to give you virtual hugs. You've been awesome. And I'll talk to you very soon. And you take good care of yourself.
You too, Candy.
Much love.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed Divya's story. And if this is something that you dig, I request you to please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you all next week. Ciao. Take care. Be safe.